everybody, it is time to talk about episode 12 of Teen Wolf season 5, Damnatio Memoriae. The episode starts off with Hayden and Liam being chased by the last Chimera. It's a very interesting scene to watch, especially when they attempt to jump from one cliff to another, and Liam proceeds to pull them off the cliff when they are cornered on the other side. They survive, don't worry guys, they're all cool, they got supernatural healing. But it's really cool to see how the episode progresses, and they keep going back to this spot where Hayden's sister had found the creature and a body. Now Scott this episode is trying to get his pack back together for the most part. He meets with Parrish about this last Chimera. He tries to create his own board of clues and fails epically. It just all falls to the ground and he's like, I need my styles. He needs his styles. He is still not healed, which is crazy and kind of unsettling. It's unsettling. But I think again, it is all in his head, and that if he could forgive himself for the things that have gone down, he would start to heal. Styles and Scott make up, which is amazing. It's kind of an unsteady alliance, but they're starting to get back to where they need to be. We see a lot of cute scenes with Styles where it really reminds us of why we all started watching Teen Wolf, where he's getting into his father's laptop, looking at files he should not be looking at, and his father's like, give me, and Styles is just like, no, and he just keeps on looking at everything. On to a serious note, we do see a whole scene where Styles and his father have a talk about Donovan, and his father has figured out that Thea was lying to him and that it was actually Styles that killed him, in self-defense, of course. And he tells Styles that he believes him and will protect him. And it's wonderful. I love the way that scene was played out, and the fact that they were standing over Donovan's dead body in the morgue made it that much more impactful. Liam in this episode is trying to get Hayden to forgive him, and Hayden is acting all kinds of crazy, and her character has become pretty dark. Mason decides to kind of test this theory with Corey and see if he has changed at all. He's one of the other chimeras, and he's not really showing what Hayden is the way as far as personality changes, but we see that he's just putting on a mask in front of Mason and Liam. One thing that I love about Mason is he is like Liam's conscience. He's always pointing Liam in the right direction. He tells Liam that he needs to make amends with Scott, and while we don't see it in the episode, we see that Liam is going to do just that. Now Lydia, you all know, she's in Eichenhaus at this point, and one of the best scenes of the episode is with her. She has an out-of-body experience where Meredith appears to her, and it's really creepy and cool the way that Meredith appears. She crawls out of a tub covered in like blood or goop, and she tells Lydia that she can teach her how to use her voice as a weapon, that she needs to get out of Eichenhaus. Have I not mentioned how much I love the character Meredith? I do. She's awesome. When we see Malia in this episode, it's when Scott shows up to try to get her help, and she basically shoos him away and goes into her house, and Brayden is in there, and they are questioning and fighting a mercenary for the location of the Desert Wolf. Basically, they pay him off, and he proceeds to tell them that the Desert Wolf has a hostage, and it is Dr. Deaton. We've all been wondering where he was and if she killed him or whatever. Well, now we know. Deaton's alive, unless he's not, and we're just led to believe he's alive, which would suck. Alright guys, let's talk about Theo in this episode. He is like the devil in your ear. That's the best way to describe the way Theo is with his pack. He basically feeds their dark desires constantly, brings Tracy to kill a guy, and just continues to fuel his pack's dark desires. It's not good. It's not good at all. And he says he's here to help everyone and save everybody and stuff, and we're like, then why are you doing this stuff? I don't understand. I still hate you, Theo. You're pretty, but I hate you. One really cool scene is when we see Scott and Styles, and they have a little face-off with Theo and his pack. It's really good. Corey gets scared of Scott. I guess he doesn't realize exactly what Scott is. And he's like, he has fangs. And Styles is just laying on the ground because Tracy nicked him with her Canema venom. It's a really good scene. Theo proceeds to tell Scott that they're kind of on the same side and they're going to be fighting this creature and all that, and that it's not just a normal chimera. And Scott pretty much knows this, and after Theo and them take off, Scott and Styles write the pack symbol on the ground. Scott really wants to bring the pack back together, and Styles just kind of is like, really? How are we going to do that? Everybody is really messed up right now, and we have no idea where Kira is, and so on. And Scott's just like, we're gonna do it. I'm really loving that Styles and Scott are back on the same page. Something else really interesting is that when they arrived at this building where at the beginning of the episode we found that creature, we see written in the mercurial blood of the chimeras, Damnatio Memoriae, and Styles proceeds to explain to Scott that it means a condemnation of memory. Whatever. I'm still like, I don't know what is happening. I'm so confused. Why does this creature back? How did they bring this creature back? Because apparently it is the beast that started off the Argent's big crusade against werewolves and supernatural creatures. Which brings me to my point. Chris Argent knew all along how to heal Gerard, but he only now brings some yellow wolfsbane and heals Gerard. I'm so glad that they are bringing the Argents back into the mix, even though Allison is dead and Kate is who knows where. It's good stuff. And Crystal Reed, that played Allison Argent, is going to be back playing a completely different character in a big flashback episode later this season. At the end of the episode, when we are shown Kira, we see her and her mother in the desert somewhere, and they're about to face off with a bunch of skinwalkers. I don't understand what's going on with this, but I'm really interested to see how it plays out, because skinwalkers really haven't been on the show before, so it'll be really interesting to see how they are portrayed on screen. I hope y'all enjoyed this recap and review, and continue to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.